Alright guys, welcome to this guided walkthrough through my ship. It's landed at one of my outposts right now, just to give you a quick impression what it looks like from the outside. You can also see more pictures and an exploded ship guide in the attached Reddit link in this video description. This ship is sort of like the pinnacle of what I built so far in this game. I wanted to have a sort of like American muscle car inspired look. I really like these radiators that you can see that look kind of like sort of like a machine, sort of like a motor, exposed motor parts. And I wanted it to have a lot of cargo. So this ship does have a lot of cargo. It's got like 16k storage room, which is, you know, quite a bit. Still has a decent jump range, 26 light years, which is, you know, more than enough for most systems. Obviously not for all, but like you can easily increase the jump range and the mobility, which is also only at 49 by just getting rid of some of the cargo space. So if you take half the cargo, you should be at max mobility, max jump range, and max speed for a Class C ship. I opted to take more cargo just because I'm really into outpost building at the moment. As you can tell, there's like all these little like ships flying around here. But yeah, I mean, this is easily adjustable, and other than that, this is, you know, what it looks like from the outside. I got inspired for this paint job from a different YouTuber, which I'm gonna also link to in the description.
Hello, Captain.
So let's go inside and start the walkthrough. We come to the landing bay. It's at the front, which, you know, is much preferable to anywhere else. And I always like to kind of like role play my ships a little bit in Starfield. So the hab arrangement is the way it is because I think it would make sense if this was an actual ship. So we come in here, you know, we go through the HopeTech walkway, and the first thing we arrive at is the med bay. Because I imagine, you know, we are on some hostile planet, you know, the environment is really dangerous, we get maybe some, you know, radiation poisoning or something, so we need to get inside, and there's immediately here the first aid available. And then back there we have the ladder that goes up to the cockpit, to the bridge. We won't be looking at that for a moment. I just want to point out, which I really worked hard for, that it's just one main ladder in this ship, and then two alternative ladders to the lower decks, which are on both sides. One is back here in the living rooms, and one is back here in the cargo side. And then I really like how symmetrical the inside got to be. On this side we have sort of like the main living quarters of the crew. You know, we have like the games, we have like a little tree here. Then we go through the HopeTech walkway. We have the 3x1, the Deimos walk, the Deimos living quarter hab with a kitchen here with the bug where there's always the things, the packages falling down. We have the food area with the toaster, everything, and some beds, chill out space. I really love these little like floating things in here. Can't remember what they're called in English at the moment. These fish things. So anyways, there's the rest of the living area, and then if we go down here to the second level, but before we go there, let's take a brief look to the other side. So the other side is sort of like the business area. So over there, the chill out lounge, here the cargo space, right? We are in deep space, we're a science vessel, so we need to carry everything that we need with us. And just in case, you know, there's ever any trouble with, you know, any kind of like annoying people, bad guys, whatever, we have a little tiny brick here. It's the 2x1 HopeTech Armory. We also have the armory fully equipped with just like random weapons. It's not really particularly good weapons, it's just ones that I, you know, put in there just so because it looks cool. Here we have the brig. We can like close, if you don't know this, we can oh, maybe we can't. We should be able to close the door lock in whoever is being annoying at the moment, or some spacer guys that we find in orbit if we ever get a bounty hunter DLC. And then there is a second, that's the Deimos, I think, Deimos or Stroud Armory. Second armory here, you know, again, all kinds of weapons. I just think it looks really cool to have these in the open cases. Have, you know, guns, rifles, backpacks, jetpacks, helmets, and so on and so on. Armory, just to equip the crew if there's ever any trouble at hand. So here again we have just an exact symmetry to the other room. We go down and we are again in the business part of the ship, remember? So we start here with, in the wing of the ship, a Nova science lab. Really been getting into research quite late in the game, but then when I did, I really enjoyed it. I researched all the recipes for outpost building and for weapons crafting. And then look at that. That is my favorite part of this ship, is this like long walkway here, all the way from the one side to all the way to the other side. But before we go there, here is the crafting benches. Then just for role-playing purposes, we are in the guts of the ship. We are in the business, sort of like in the practical wing, on the practical half of the ship. There you have the Deimos computer core, everything that you might want, or it might be the Stroud computer core, I really can't tell them apart. And then if we go, so this is like the crafting stations, and then if we go to the middle of the ship, like now we are right under the med bay. Above us is the med bay. Here is the Deimos engineering bay. You can see all the machinery that goes into keeping a big ship afloat in space, easy access for repairs like you want it. And now remember, again, we are in the leisure part of the ship. Just gonna go up here quickly to show you, give you an orientation where we are. We are under the Deimos living quarters, living habs. So if, you know, we ever have passengers, right? Main crew lives in here, captain's quarters are one floor up. But if we ever have passengers to carry around, you know, sometimes we can have missions like that, they can stay down here. You know, it's not very luxurious, but it does the job. There's 2 beds, there's a little gym, there's a little fight club thing going on here if we ever, you know, need to resolve an argument by non-traditional means. And then on the other side is another, and this time Nova, med bay. So the one at the beginning, at the entrance, is the first aid med bay. This one is more for like longer term care. Like imagine we take on a job to transport some old and frail and disease stricken researchers across the galaxy. You know, they're very important personnel, their brains are very important, their bodies are very fragile. So we are able to take care of their health throughout the entire journey. And then if we have special guests on board, we have a little Hope Tech captain's quarters down here. I picked it because I like the look of these lower floors to be kind of like more practical oriented, not quite as fancy, not quite as sort of like militaristic like the Deimos or Stroud habs. This is more like down to earth. You know, we built it for sturdiness, for durability. But if we do have some sort of special guest, they can have their own closed off captain's quarters in here. And by now you're probably wondering what these little ladders here are, which is, one is here, one is all the way on the other side in the science hub. They are just more storage space, you know. Whatever our guests bring with them, they should have plenty of rooms in here. And then just to make it complete, if we go all the way back to the other side, to the Nova Science Hub, we also have a storage space up here just to store basically all the ingredients for the research and so on. Alright, so this is the lowest level of the ship. Let's go back. We are again on the practical side with all the practical equipment. Here's again the cargo bay. Here's the weapons. And now we arrive back at the entrance and the main med bay, and we look at the rest of the ship. So again, here is the main ladder. So up there is the bridge, really easy access to the sort of like the docking bay. Docking bay is all the way up there. If we dock with ships, the landing bay is down where we entered. I liked having, so this is one thing I really put a lot of effort into. It's much easier to get these kind of ladders if you use the 1x1 modules, but I had some space at the back of the ship, so I wanted to use 2x1s, and I had to arrange them sort of like in a certain way. You can sort of like look at the Reddit post, so they're like in order to get one big ladder, you have, so this one faces this way, and now if we, like, the lower one faces the other way, and again on this side we are in a Nova armory, it again faces the other way. So you sort of like alternate in which way the 2x1s face, and then they only ever have one connection point, and then you get like this one big long ladder. So here's sort of like my, for role-playing purposes, imagine I'm the captain of the ship. This is my personal armory, you know, like special kinds of like unique weapons that I will find throughout the game that, you know, have meant a lot to me, that I used during my playthrough so far. I like that they have these little armory stands with the weapon, with the spacesuits, and then we go to the personal, sort of like personal room. So the captain's quarters of the captain, with a little window looking out over the grill, over this sort of like machinery, the grav drive, the reactor, right in front. You know, have like a little coffee station if I ever get thirsty, want to have like a little coffee to wake me up. So then we go back, and we wait for Andrea to go to the bottom, and we go up to the final and last and topmost level of the ship. So again we have a 2x1. This again, as you can tell, so the armory went that way, the computer core went that way, the lowest level, the med bay, went that way,
so
and on this, thanks
like
Cora,
a lot.
on this level it again goes that way. By the way,
Hey there.
so these are some random companions I have. Fun fact, I don't know if it's a bug or something. I have this guy Ezekiel. I don't have Cora's dad with me. I forgot his name. Put him in an outpost because it was so annoying hearing their banter all the time. But for some reason Cora is chilling on my ship and she won't leave. I don't know why. So she's just here with her, I guess, like now stepdad or something, or
Nice day,
whatever.
huh?
That's the way it is. So here's my roleplay that, you know, it makes sense to me to have some sort of like navigational equipment and so on. In addition to the big bridge, I like that they have this little kitchen here where you can also make some coffee for like long shifts on the bridge. And then finally we have this big, beautiful Deimos bridge overlooking my little outpost on this beautiful planet with this beautiful gas giant
You're handling this whole
and these funny little aliens that I keep hunting and shooting for experience, and also to keep them from destroying my outpost. But yeah, that's it. That's my ship. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this build guide, if you need more info, just leave a comment, ask anything, or leave a like if you enjoy this. And maybe in the future, who knows, I might do more Starfield content. So for now, have fun building something like this. 16k cargo capacity is no joke. 16k will really get you throughout everything that you need in this game, and if you want more mobility, more jump range, you can get rid of some cargo capacity. Enjoy!